3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Welcome back to Combat Champs. Today we're going through UFC 282. Top to bottom from the main card, starting off with Elias Tupera versus Bryce Mitchell. This was a great start to the fight for the main cards. Elias Tupera, like both guys, again, they just brought it out. First round to the second round. Even though Elias Tupera got the win, which I expected him to win it, but not from a submission. But let's start from the very scratch. Both guys were going back and forth. Bryce Mitchell was more or less using his legs, teeping, side kicks, just trying to make sure Elias Tupera was not too close so he throw his power punches. But bro, man, Bryce, I knew Bryce had a chin, but bro, he had a chin at heart, bro, man. This guy was getting caught nice with those hooks, straight crosses to the face. And but still kept on, kept his calm, trying to get Elias Tupera on the ground. But bro, again, Elias Tupera, his sprawl, his takedown defense was perfect. He was just low sense of gravity, just more or less just waiting his turn just to expect Bryce to take him down, and he was just sprawling left, right, center. Again, towards the end of the first round, Bryce did manage to get him on the ground, but only for a short period of time. But for the whole first round, it was all Elias Tupera and just catching him nicely.
No, you can see that with Elias, he was just, waiting his time, hunting him down, really. Bryce, not to say he was looking desperate, but you can tell when Elias was landing the first few punches on him, it kind of he made it made him think away, okay, I can't go forward with this guy, I need to be careful, this and that. And I felt even though he managed to get that first takedown, as soon as Elias was able to get up, I think Brian realized, I'm dealing with another, this is different right here.
And also because the desperation, he was more or less desperate, because sometimes the way with fighters, you would normally throw something to hide the takedowns, but there were times where Bryce was just really desperate. You see the desperation coming into the second round, whereas he was getting hurt consistently, and to the point where he was making too many mistakes at the same time. And so from the second round, it was pretty much all Elias Tupera's round, to be honest, man. Managed to get him on the ground, hurt him as well. And then pretty much, bro, he just came in just ragdolled him. I was what? And I knew Elias is hella strong, but bro, I didn't know he would ragdoll flipping Bryce on the ground, bro. And I'm sheesh. And then managed to get the win on the arm triangle, I think it was. And so from this point on, bro, Elias Tupera, man, to me now, he's now become the dark horse now.
What is he now? 13-0? Undefeated,
Undefeated,
right? Time. And this was Bryce Mitchell's second defeat in his 16-fight career so far. So with Bryce, I still feel there's still,
bro. A lot
to go. Plenty, a lot to go. And with this fight, fair enough, it showed things that he has to improve on, but I still think he can come back and improve on what he had to do right there and go again, really. With Elias, this guy is starting to look like the real deal at 145 now. With his power, with his technique on the ground, and standing-wise, he's improving a lot as well. I feel like you said, he's starting to become somewhat of the dark horse there now. And with this TKO, with this submission victory now, I do want to see Elias take on someone within the top 10 now, really.
For sure, man.
So someone like a Calvin Kattar or a Josh Emmett itself in 145, I would like to see that.
Those are killers, man.
Somebody who's got real good striking technique. Obviously Kattar, standing-wise, that's his bread and butter, but Josh Emmett's got a bit of everything as well, especially his wrestling and working with, what's the team? Oh, I forgot the team. You're right, Favor's team, but Elias right now, he's looking like the real deal, man. And obviously, I would love to see at some point that mega fight, with Paddy Pimblett, potential 155. But for the time being, I think these guys have their own little thing going on in both divisions. So if we can't see that fight right now, Josh Emmett or Calvin Kattar is the next match I'd love to see Elias take on.
I agree with those fights, but for me personally, I would like him to face Brian Ortega.
Oh, man.
Brian Ortega, that will be crazy, man. The striking, the chins on them, and also for them, the grappling game
as well.
It's 50-50. To me, that would be such a great fight to happen for next year. If not beginning of next year, then towards the summer of next year. That's what I would say for that.
That'd be hard as well.
That'd be wicked as well. Moving on, Darren Till versus DDP, a.k.a. Dricus du Plessis. So, Darren, what the heck were you even doing, mate? The first round, I don't understand what the heck he was doing.
That was a joke.
Bro,
that was a joke.
How are you... Okay, before we get into the fight, you are great friends with Khamzat.
Yeah.
You've been hanging around with him and his team for over a year. What the flip were you doing during those years? Like, did you not work on your ground game? No. Did you not do anything besides just hang around, just joking around? Bro, what's going on? Man, Darren Till, if this is like the last fight we ever see in the UFC, good riddance. That guy is done. He's done. Man, like, so from the first round, Duplessis was more or less just using his grappling and also his wrestling, trying to hold down Darren Till and just wailing on him. Yeah. And Darren Till was there just like talking to the referee, doing sign languages. While I was getting landed on the head. Like, bro, you're not okay. Why are you on the ground? I get it, because like he was on his knee and he was more or less worried that he may get like a knee to the face and all that stuff. And I get that. But bro, for a good half of that first round, it was all on the knee. We were just getting blasted on the left side, innit? And like, you did see it towards the end of that first round. His left eye was closed up.
Practically.
Done, bro. Don't get me wrong, he survived. He did what he needed to. Well, he could have done more, but he survived that first round. Coming to the second round, it was all Darren, because the police is pretty much, he wasted so much energy trying to hold him down, try to ground and pound him. It was taxed, innit? And you would have thought like Darren Till, peak Darren Till back in the day, he would capitalize on those situations, innit? He would have more or less just go at him, man. Yeah. Go at him, just kill him. But he didn't. He was more cautious and like, I agree when you were sitting in the fight, like, why is he not trying to pressure him? Why is he just more or less cautious?
Bruv, go for it.
He was just more or less trying to land that left cross to the face, and he was catching him, but it was no use, isn't it?
See, here's the thing as well, yeah. When you have an opponent that's taxed out, that's given everything within the first round, yeah, and coming in the beginning of the second round, he's still tired, breathing heavily, yeah. Your corner man is telling you, look, he's done, he's taxed, look at him, he's got nothing left in the tank, go for it, yeah. Bro, from the beginning, from the moment the octagon closes, you guys go out for the second round, put that pressure on him, bruv, man. But instead of putting the pressure, what does he do? He waits for the counter, bruv. He lets DDP come back, catch his breath, and go again.
Yeah, exactly.
For me, at this point in time, Darren Till, I think there's a psychological issue right there. Because I don't know what it is. Like, and this is not the first fight he's done this, In the past, he keeps on waiting. What are you waiting for?
Exactly.
What are you waiting for, bro? You got the man, he's taxed. Go for the kill, bruv. He doesn't have the killer mentality either, the instincts to go for it. Yeah. Like you said, work with Khamzat, who's just a Sambo killer at this moment in time with his wrestling, But where was the defense? Where was all of this, man? You know what I'm saying? Especially like in the first round. Bro, all he had to do was just explode, spin around, do something to get out from that. But he didn't do nothing whatsoever, bro. Just stood there, just taking all that beating, man. Like, it made no sense. And again, he allowed DDP to get his energy back, his breath back. And what happened afterwards?
Submitted. Rear naked choke.
Took him down again. And look, took his back and submitted him afterwards. Like, for me, there's no excuse whatsoever Darren can come with this, man. There's nothing whatsoever. He doesn't come out of this with any
positive whatsoever.
Any dignity whatsoever, man. And this is coming from like Darren Till fans, man.
Yeah, but we love Darren Till, bro.
Like, I don't know what happened from the days from when Darren Till got that split decision victory over Wonderboy to this point right now. And like within the last 6 fights, he's only won one in his last 6 fights, man. Everything else has been lost.
That's only against Gastelum, I guess.
Yeah, that was Gastelum.
That was only years back.
Like 2-3 years ago, bro, man.
So now at this point, like he said, he even put out a post after the fight, said like he's not retiring. He just more or less tried to take a break from everything, spend time with his family, and try to see what's the next plan. Bro, at this point, the next plans for you more or less either get cut from the UFC, go to a different organization and build yourself back up again,
or leave the team, bruv, man.
I don't know about leaving the team. I think it's more or less just him himself. Because again, he trained with different teams. He trained even with Hamza's team. He left his old team to go to Hamza's team in Sweden. And if that didn't help you, bro, it's not. I always say this: you can go to as many great teams, coaches, or fighters to train with, but if you as a fighter is not prepared to adapt, to change up your style, and to become much more of a better fighter, well-rounded, all-rounded, then at this point, bro, it's you. You're the problem. So at this point, bro, I feel like for me, like I agree with you, his mentality is gone. He doesn't have that killer instinct no more. And like at this point, bro, if he gets cut by the UFC, so be it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at it, man. But still, man, congratulations to DDP, man. And for him now,
He should get
after his biggest win. Like I wouldn't mind seeing someone ranked in the top 10. So someone like a Jack Hermanson or even potentially a Paulo Costa, someone like that, just outside.
Marvin Vettori.
Or Marvin Vettori.
That would be a good one as well.
You know, someone just outside the top 5, really, like someone to really push him as well to the next level. Because, you know, again, this is his biggest win for DDP. Obviously, there's a lot of flaws that he has to work on. Yeah. But overall, congrats to the guy, bro. He did what he had to do,
That's
man.
True.
You
That's
know.
True. Moving on, Santiago Ponciano versus Alex Morono. This one, it was really close. It was like, honestly, I knew that this would be a very awkward fight for both fighters since it was a late replacement. But bro, like Alex Moreno, he was doing his thing. Yeah, he was actually caught and hurt Santiago within the first 2 rounds. Yeah. And to me, I had him winning this fight.
Yeah, he was winning it. He was winning
this fight. He was doing so well. Yeah. Santiago, he was trying to, set up that right cross. So of course, the majority of the time he was just throwing those solid jabs to the stomach. Yeah. So then eventually, when he comes to the right cross, he could hurt him, which it did work. Happened, yeah. It did work towards the end of the fight. He did catch Alex Moreno and really hurt him. But bro, Alex, bro, like his awkwardness is just high guard on his on his legs, like moving in just from awkward shots.
Yeah, making you think as well.
He was honestly, I think if Santiago didn't catch him with that right cross, overhead cross, I would have thought Alex would have won that fight.
No, for sure. Like again, like we said before, like Alex is very awkward. Nothing pretty about his style whatsoever, especially when he throws his punches, coming in with the feints and everything. It's not like your typical style of when you're up there striking with your kickboxers and Muay Thai. Very different, but it works for him.
Yeah, it's true.
But like you said, Santiago was just waiting for his time, Like you said, jab to the midsection, just wait until the right hand can land on his chin. And what happened in the 3rd round? Boom, that's what happened. And like... did Moreno break his jaw or something like that?
He didn't break his jaw, but you can see like his face was crazy.
Slanted like that.
On one side, it looked like it actually broke.
Man. Like flipping
he had like a face freeze or something going on there.
Yeah, something happened there, bro. Yeah. And like, obviously Santiago, he went for the kill afterwards, a few ground pounds.
Got that win.
Game over, man. Yeah. Got a W over there. And now, at 36 years old, the guy's not in his prime anymore. And to be fair, he's not, like I said before in the past year, he's not the guy that was, amongst the elite guys 2-3 years ago. I think he's starting to calm down a bit.
I think so.
But he's still got a couple fights in him left, man. And from this point onwards, I wouldn't mind seeing him take on someone like a Jorge Masvidal or a Sean Brady. Someone again, top 10 guys, because that's who I think where his level's at right now at this point,
I agree with you. So Santiago, good for the win. Happy days. Moving on. The co-main event, Jared Gordon versus Paddy Pimblett. Now, this fight was definitely controversial because I don't know how the refs gave Paddy the unanimous decision. There's no way they got that win, but let's break it down. So, coming to that fight, the first round, Paddy was just more or less trying to do his thing, trying to throw kicks, combinations here and there. But Jared Gordon, he was catching Paddy with those left hooks. A number of times. I was to the point where I was thinking, if Jared keeps on throwing that left hook like another few more times, he would definitely hurt Paddy and pretty much get the win because he was catching really well in it. Yeah. But it showcased like Paddy more or less coming to the second round. His coaches more or less telling him like, keep your chin down, keep that right hand up, and just more or less just move, just constantly move and throw multiple combinations. Of course, come to the second round, Paddy was doing well, did way better than the first round. It was coming it was like 1-1 to me.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
And then to the third round, bro, like it was close, but I felt like Jared, because he was more or less using his wrestling, putting Paddy against the cage, and just trying to wear him down there. And Paddy didn't really have much going on, to be honest.
But see, that's the thing as well, like when that was happening, like Paddy was the only one trying to throw strikes within that clinch itself. So you can see he was trying to do those high little knees to the face, some little hits, even though Jared was putting his face against his chest, making it difficult to land. But depending on how you score it wise, I can see why a lot of people felt like Jared won that last round as well.
I see,
and I kind of agree as well at the same time.
Just dominance, just pure dominance, cage dominance.
Exactly, cage dominance. But when you look at the striking stats for both guys, you can see it was very even throughout the whole fight. So in that sense, I can see why the judges gave it slightly towards to Paddy, but even
not
still,
unanimous decision. No. If it was a split decision, I'll probably like, okay, fair enough, a split decision, but not a unanimous decision.
It wasn't even that.
Bro, the judges in UFC are trash, bro.
Yeah, bro.
This year there's been so many bad bad like judging that all. Like honestly, I feel like UFC needs to start doing something about this, bro, man. Because this is just gone bad. This is not only bad for the fighters. This is bad for the organization.
And this is the thing as well. You can't use boxing style score sheets.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
MMA.
Why are they using boxing judging scores, bro? I don't get it.
It just doesn't
like,
work.
I don't understand how like you could get a 10-8 on a pure dominant side. Like if you're getting hurt badly, got put on the floor, or just completely being pushed back. There's no way it should be a 10-8. It should be at least a 10-7 or something like that. Something crazy, bro. I don't know. I don't understand this.
But still, yeah, no, right. You're right. There's something has to change, you know. And again, it's down to the UFC. It's down to Dana. I don't know. Maybe even the people suggested like use retired mixed martial artists.
Yeah, bro. Exactly.
They know the game itself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In and out.
Do something to change this up because right now it is starting to have effects. You know, for the mixed martial arts world. You know, in general, really.
But from this point on, like. Even though Jared Gordon did lose, his stock still went up.
Oh yeah.
It just showed like everyone was talking down about, oh, Jared Gordon's nothing special. He's just an average fighter at best. No, bro. Like, even though he's an average fighter at best, yeah, he gave Paddy the hardest fight in his whole career.
Yeah, gave him the work.
And so like, but it pretty much shows how lack of experience and skill-wise Paddy has as well as a fighter.
Yeah,
if he goes against a top 5 fighter, even a top 10 fighter, ranked fighter, I really do believe he will lose. And I think now after seeing this and how many it shows his weaknesses, like it really just shows to me like, yeah, I don't think Paddy will ever become a champion.
That's the thing. As long as Paddy keeps on keeping his chin up and doesn't realize he has to make slight little adjustments here and there, yeah.
A lot of adjustments.
He's gonna get caught at some point, some with power or some with elite wrestling or BJJ in itself, innit?
Exactly.
But still, nevertheless, yeah, congrats to Paddy. And for me, who I want to see him next, I really mind to see him take on someone like a Renato Moicano or a Dan Hooker, you know. Yeah. Someone like that, you know, someone who offers something different,
I like that.
And obviously, again, like I said about Elias Tupera, that's something down the line I would like to see. Obviously, I can't see Paddy ever making 145. And anyways, Elias struggles to even make down to 145 as well. So eventually, at some point, Ilya moving up to 155, make that fight happen at some point. That'd be a fan's favorite for sure.
I agree. That'd be a great fight.
And obviously, like in the Octagon interview, Paddy did say he did something to his foot, right?
Yeah, I noticed. I think it was on the first round when he threw like a head kick, and you could see like he stumbled on it. So I think at that point when he hurt it. But no, like if he did really break his foot or really injure his ankle, whatever he said he did to it. He fought through it like a proper
champion.
Like a champion. So
obviously, depending on how long. Well, we don't know how the scans are going to be and everything, but hopefully it's not too long because I would like to see him.
Fight in London?
Yeah, man.
That'd
come
be
March.
sick.
But if not, then somewhere down the line in late spring, beginning of summer.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll see, man.
We'll see. Finally, the main event for the light heavyweight title: Jan Blachowicz versus Magomed Ankalaev.
There we go.
Oh, bro. Okay, this. Oh man, like okay, this fight was so competitive to the point where like I could see why it's a draw, but at the same time,
I can see why people a lot
saying like, oh, it was a robbery. But I don't think it was a robbery. I think it was just that close.
It was really
to be honest,
close.
it was way more closer than the flipping other previous fights in the card as well. That's for sure. But let's start off pretty much for the first round. It was pretty much split. It was really half. It was really close to decide who was winning this fight. It was back and forth. Jan pretty much throwing the left jabs, Ankalaev more or less using this line of feed, trying to come into it, trying to grapple as well, trying to throw a combination as well.
But Jan with those leg kicks, bro, man.
Those calf kicks, bro, they were oh my god.
Man.
Like like it was crazy just to see how Magomed was taking those shots, to the point where like he had to switch stance.
Yeah, bro.
Like he was a southpaw, right leg for a left back, but he had to switch stances because more or less that leading leg of his was getting tarnished pretty bad, didn't it?
Yeah, beaten up.
And even when he tried to switch stances, Jan was more or less like, all right, you can switch stance. All right, let me kick your other leg.
Yeah.
And to the point like his left leg, his leading leg became even hurt as well. So both legs were damaged. He wasn't lively. He was more or less a stable fighter. And so at that point, you kind of see like, oh, so now like he took his legs away from him. How is he going to try to implement his wrestling, his movements, everything? But bro, like to be like, Magomed, he's a beast.
But mentality-wise, man, a lot of people will crumble in that situation right there, man. But he fought through it, right? And obviously, like, I think he realized as well, look, you can't just stand there, or go back, because John's just eating your legs and he's catching you with the jabs and everything. So what do you have to do? You have to come towards him. You have to be the aggressor. Make him go back, innit? Because that's the only way you can really stop these leg kicks from happening, Because really, at some point, from round 3, obviously, if those leg kicks continued during round 4 and round 5, I see John really like stopping him, to be honest with you, because at that point, what can Magomed do really, innit? But like I said, the heart of a champion, he pushed through, innit?
But you know what it is about? I noticed that even though Jean was catching Magomed with those calf kicks, he didn't really throw much in terms of the face. There were times he actually threw a left body shot for a right cross, and sometimes he did catch Magomed. But most of the time, like, Magomed was actually catching Jean pretty well in terms of throwing combination to the body and face, innit? So it's like, I felt like, even though Magomed was hurt in between the early rounds, he was more or less doing way more damage. And so
from like round 3 onwards?
I say literally from end of round 3 to 4 and 5, it was purely just Magomed just more or less just dominating, implementing his ground and pound, his sambo wrestling into it, and he did really well.
Pushed him, bro, man. But at the same time, like you said before, this fight was meant to be for 3 rounds, not 5.
Exactly.
So I do feel like John, obviously Magomed as well, both guys were getting tags, but for John, you can really see at the end of round 3, there was nothing left. There was nothing left for him, bro.
And I agree with you. I felt like I did say to you, like, at the end of the round 3, if it was still a 3-round fight, Jean would have won it. Jean would have won it convincingly, to be honest. No, not convincingly, but more or less like it wouldn't be a split draw as we got right now. So now at this point, like, or Magomed, like, he even said himself, like, give me my belt. Like, I won that. And Jean even said at the end of the fight, like, I don't think I won. He won, give him the belt. So if Jean's saying that as well after the post-fight interview, bro, come on, UFC, bro. Again, with the flipping judges, bro. What the heck are they watching, bro? I don't know, man. Again, it was such a controversial night. Great fights, don't get me wrong. Great fight. But bro, the judges need to be sorted, need to be changed up at this point, man. So bro, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say at this point. If you don't change it, bro, game over at this point.
And now, like, people say, like, ask Dana, like, Dana, what's gonna happen next now? Are we gonna go get the rematch with these guys and everything? And Dana said, nah, that's not gonna happen right now, If anything, for me as a fan, I would love to see a rematch happen, obviously, because with a draw like this, obviously it's made a lot of fans think to themselves, like, what's going on here? Exactly. So obviously a rematch in itself would be brilliant, but Dana just announced as well that it's going to be Jamahal Hill versus Glover Teixeira for the vacant light heavyweight title in Brazil.
Why? What? That makes no sense.
He's the man. Why? He's the man. He's the one that makes the fight. I don't. But for me personally, I would have loved to see the rematch again for the title itself. But at the same time, I feel like there's so much going on in light heavyweight right now that they can't stall and just give these guys a rematch in itself.
Because now Jerry, with his injury shoulder, he's out for almost the whole year.
So I feel like Dana has to give these other light heavyweight contenders the chance to fight for the title itself. And don't get me wrong, even though I do feel like there should be a rematch for the title itself, I won't be mad to see like a 5-rounder title eliminator with these guys again, and the winner of Jamahal or Glover Teixeira, they get the winner for those ones there in itself, innit?
Yeah, I can see that, but at the end of the day, I kind of feel really bad for Magomed, bro. Like,
of course.
Like, the organization, they just do dirty to fighters that done so well, that give so much to the organization and get nothing out from it, bro. So at this point, bro, if Magomed decides not to fight again for the UFC, I don't blame you, bro.
Well, really?
Yeah, he said it, like, if he doesn't get the title shot again, or doesn't get the belt, bro, why would he?
That's crazy, man. So, hopefully we get to see him again,
I'm sure he will fight again, but bro, the money talks. For a little extra side that person, you'll see how we fight again, innit?
But guys, let us know what you think down below. Give your thoughts on who you think was the fight of the night and the outcomes of the fight itself. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.